This is called The Basement. It's kind of semi-lie about a true story. It happens like this. On the stairs, getting out of the bath, or stepping over something awkward. It waits for these times. I live in the basement of one of the majestic old flat tenement blocks so common around here, in what must have originally been the servants' quarters. Times have changed, and what might have felt humble once now feels like a fairly grand dwelling place, grand enough to offer me great comfort. Generally, I'm grateful to have lived here, even if there is something wrong about it. Like many old buildings, I'm sure it's witnessed dark times and dark deeds, but none of these have proven notable enough to be passed down to my knowledge. I should also stress that this place is really no stranger to joy. Children have been born here, wedding cakes carved, and wild parties too. The cold, dark luxury of the place. The peace is alluring, and possibly even urges visits from friends. But then there is the other side. Stories abound of chills, a presence. Leaving friends alone there seems a risky business. Many a guest has hastily upped, booked a hotel beyond their means rather than staying and enduring a night here. So, what is this thing? That's where it gets vague. Remember, we have no murder story, no monstrous tale of torture or abuse to hand, but we also lack a consistent description. While so many have sworn blind to a something, it's always just that, a something. I've often asked them what exactly happened, but the most I ever got from them was usually less than vague. Someone was watching me. Who? What were they like? I don't know. Someone or something bad. Either that or their descriptions would be wild enough to make it obvious that in their panic, imagination had taken over. I feel that I can elaborate on this something or someone, however. I believe that I myself have actually seen it many times now, although I'm afraid that even this reveals very little in the way of a story. I see no face, no clothes, just a formless mass. Close your eyes and squeeze them tight until you see strange dots in front of your eyes. This thing looks like a swarming cloud of these dots, so subtle that you can only see it in the complete darkness. A darkness that this cavernous flat so readily offers. This form moves slowly, although its constituent parts buzz around like a swarm of flies. It may be silent, although often I think that the visits are accompanied by a subtle high-pitched whistling noise. I'm sure that you've guessed there's no talk, but somehow I know its thoughts, I feel them, or maybe they're so intense that I can read them as if they were an expression. Maybe my muddled brain secretly holds a key to deciphering that swarming mass of lights and darks. Somehow I feel that I know only too well what stirs in this confusing form. It waits, like a spider on the edge of a web, on the stairs, getting out of the bath, or stepping over something awkward. No opportunity will be missed. In these moments we wrestle for my mind, my nervous system, my limbs. With my guard up, I'm fine, but if I lose focus, it'll make its move. An awkward tumble, a giddy moment on a slippery surface. Briefly I'll be its puppet, and then it'll bash me around like a sadistic child. Sometimes it gets deeper into my actual thoughts. Maybe I'm up a ladder, painting the walls, and get the urge to reach that little further. That need to test the bubbling water when I'm cooking. Curiosity. Can I jump down the stone stairway from the pavement to the front door? I know it'll get me one day. I know it's there, with me always, just watching to catch me on my own. A fragile moment, a weakened mind, and then I'll be gone, my body fermenting and my soul who knows where. Maybe I'll stand before pearly gates or burn in hell. Maybe I'll be reincarnated. But one thought nags me. If it gets me, if I die here, I suspect it gets its way. No wings or horns for me, no new life, not even the honour of just rotting away. I can imagine it climbing inside my fresh corpse and devouring me, breaking me down into more little dots for its amorphous cloud. Anyway, I want to move on. Bluer skies call me, and now you know why I'm asking for so little. No dry rot, the electrics are fine, Everything is in great condition and the area is to die for. I must again stress that this is a great house. I've loved and lived here well. And I know you'll like it here too, but maybe just think of this as a stepping stone. Don't overstay your welcome.